Hi, I'm Vicki Doyle, the CEO of Rest. The 2019-20 financial year has now drawn to a close, and it was a year like no other for all of us. Of course, the coronavirus pandemic has been the defining feature of the year. It's been an enormous challenge right across our society. And while Australia has so far met this challenge better than many other parts of the world, we'll continue to face it for some time yet. We've just seen how quickly things can change in recent weeks. It's still an uncertain time, and therefore it's important to know how your super fund, Rest, can support you. Firstly, let's talk about the global economic disruption caused by the pandemic, the biggest contributing factor to a rollercoaster year on investment markets. Share markets across the world plummeted in February and March as the virus outbreak accelerated. Property, infrastructure, and credit markets were also impacted. As a result of this volatility, Core Strategy, which most of you are invested in, closed the financial year at minus 1.05%. This is only the third year that Core Strategy's returns have been negative since it began 32 years ago in 1988. It's also the first negative year in a decade. And in those 32 years, Core Strategy has returned an average of 8.33% per annum up to 30 June 2020. This includes the market downturns in February and March this year, as well as other major falls like the dot-com crash in 2000 and the global financial crisis in 2008. You can find out more about the financial year performance for all our options on the Rest website. In addition to managing your investments, in the past few months, we've been working hard to support those of you who've been severely financially impacted by the pandemic. The first phase of early access withdrawals concluded on 30 June, and in that time, we paid about $1.8 billion to around 250,000 members, of the total of around 1.7 million Australians who are with Rest. We are now processing applications for the second phase, and we will continue to work hard so that these payments are delivered as quickly as possible for those who are in severe financial distress. If you are one of those members who's had to access early release of your super, we will be here to support you down the track when you are in a better financial position and can start considering ways to get your account balance back on track. No matter what happens next with the pandemic or on investment markets, you can be assured that we place a huge emphasis on minimising the impact of market shocks and growing your savings over the long term. Core Strategy is a diversified option, and it's not just invested in shares. It also has investments in cash, bonds, property, infrastructure, and agriculture. Having your savings invested in a mix of different types allows us to protect your super from the worst impacts of major downturns and also target valuable growth opportunities as they arise. The outlook for the coming financial year remains uncertain, with the pandemic still growing in some countries and no definite timeline on a vaccine. Whatever is on the horizon, know that we are here to support you. I hope you and your loved ones stay safe and healthy. We must continue to take care of each other. Thank you.